Okay, I've gone in and put in our okay, so let's try this again. So I'm going to use our present value function. That is equal to our rate divided by 12 years, and then we'll put in our term subtracted by our 4 years, and then multiply that by 12, and then we'll reference our payment. And that's not right because we need to make that parentheses, this parentheses times 12, and put in our payment. Okay, so our fees originally were $2,000, but there's been a 10% increase per what the query said. So we would just take our 2,000, multiply that by 20%, and that gives us 400. So we'll add in the new cost of the fees as 2,400. Now to get our payment, what we'll do is we'll take our new rate, which is payment, and our new rate, which is 5%, so it's less than the last one. Divide that by 12. And then take our new term, which is still the same, 30 years, and then key in our balance on the old loan. Whoops. 12. Oops. Try this again. I think I messed something up. So it'll be equal payment function. We'll take our new rate, which is 5%, and then divide that by 12, and then we'll take our new term, and we'll do that times 12, and then we will point to our balance on the old loan, and that'll give us our new payment. Now to get our annual payment, we'll take this, point to there, and then multiply by 12. That's how much we're paying per year. So for our origination fee that the bank is giving us, we're going to do equals 1% times our balance on the old loan. And then for let's go ahead and set this up. Okay, and so for which is okay, so we're basically just trying to figure out how much it's going to cost for us to see how much this new mortgage is going to cost. So in order to do that, we'll take our fees and subtract that by these. And I need to make that a negative. And so that's what it will cost. So we'll take our payments and compare them side by side. So we'll do this less this equals for 5 years. Okay, so our old was going to be 7 years because we know that they're moving in 3 years at our present day. And now the new is 4 years. And then, okay, so what we'll do here, as you can see, I've got the 7 and the 4 over to the side. And for our old, the way we'll calculate this is doing equals present value function. And then we will go to our rate, which is going to be our old rate. And we'll do 7%, and then we'll divide that by 12. And then we will put in our 30 years for our terms, and then subtract that by our 7 years, which is still our old term. And then we will take our old payment as well, which is the $14.10. I'll put that in, and we will do this. Okay, so I think I had it right the first time, but we'll take our present value function and then go up, find our old rate, 7 divided by 12, and then we'll put in our 30 minus 7, and then we will multiply that by 12, and then point to our payment, and then close that parentheses, and there we go. That's our old one. And then come up here to do the same thing with our new, and we'll do equals PV, and then we'll take our new rate divided by 12, and we'll do 30 plus our new number of years, which is 4, and multiply that by 12 and reference our new payment. Oh, and I forgot to close the parentheses. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do a comparison of our old versus new, and we're going to do old. Whoops. We're going to do take our old and subtract it simply by our new to see what our difference is, and it looks like it's only about a $3,000 difference, so pretty negligible, honestly. And so we'll take this and just copy it down here, and then to our sum function. Whoops. So by using the sum function, come over here, sum, you use that, automatically copies for us. We'll drag that across over there, and as you can see, we do have a reflection of the difference right here for our 5th year. Okay, so we'll come down here like Dr. Seagraves had mentioned in the video, and we'll do our IRR. And the way we'll do that is we will take all of our current cash flows and then subtract them by this. Parentheses. Oops. Figured out what it was. So it's do your IRR, click this, and then you'll need to drag all the way across, including your 442406. Okay, then we'll need to go comma minus our total, and that gives us an IRR of 87. Okay, we'll conclude with our net present value. The way we'll get that is by doing equals NPV. Oops. Okay, and then we'll do this. Oops. Take that and drag it across, and then we'll do plus and so we find out that that is really negligible and probably not worth much at all, especially to go through the hassle of doing all this if you know after you refinance you're only going to be there for 3 more years. It just doesn't make sense, and I would not advise it. Okay, so I actually messed up our net present value. I forgot to read that we have been advised by our accountant to do a NPV discount percent of 10%. So we'll do 0.10 and oops. So we'll do 0.10 and then take it. Oops. And then bring all these in. And then add in our cost. Finish that out. And so, yes, I would agree that it might be worth it, to go ahead and do this, but still a lot of hassle for $9,000, considering that they're going to only be there for 3 more years because of the husband's job. Thank you very much.